Welcome, everybody. Full Throttle Vision, episode 12. I believe this is 12 or 13. 12. We are here talking today with Jeremy Jersky. Jeremy, how are you today up in Toledo, Ohio? Nobody cares. Oh, God. He's Mr. Funny Guy.
We're good, man. It's starting to warm up a little bit. It rained last night. I might go out for a spin here after this podcast. I don't know what's going on.
Is that spring water or
But,
purified water?
this spring, I'll give anyone the shits, and that you can't understand that happens to your body. Something's broken upstairs. So if you got the right amount of fucking, what I want to say, the right amount of chromosomes, you could tell the difference between pure and spring. Okay, springs from the mud puddles that gives you the shits. Purified is that same water ran through a reverse osmosis system.
If you don't know, Jeremy is very adamant about his water. And here in Florida, we drink whatever. And, we have Zephyr Hills. It's not purified, it's spring water. He will not drink Zephyr Hills. It's spring water. It's not purified. So if you get Jeremy something to drink, it better be purified water.
So today, because you got a city named Tarpon Springs doesn't mean you have any springs whatsoever in fucking Florida. Okay, there's no springs. Okay.
There's a spring. Well, today we got a lot to talk about. We actually are very close to having all of our stops approved for our Soaked and Sore Ass run, which a lot of people are talking about. And we're going to talk about the Florida Motorcycle Expo coming up. Today, we're going to talk with Charlie Humphreys, basically the only other guy that works with Full Throttle Magazine. There he is. Charlie, what's going on today, buddy?
Oh, not much. Just sitting in my cave.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah, you definitely have an echoey cave there.
Well, next week I'll bring my laptop and be more echoey. I'll put some rocks up around, stuff like that. This is where Tony keeps me, so
Well, I left the door unlocked today so you can go use the restroom, but other than that, I normally keep it locked on you.
You sit in that bucket and puts the lotion on his skin or gets the hose again.
If we had room, you'd have me out in the shed instead, but...
Well, Charlie, we've been working our butt off here. We got a lot coming up in these next few weeks, including the Florida Motorcycle Expo, including the Soaked and Sore Ass Run, 3 or 4 major events in the same time frame. Let's talk Soaked and Sore Ass Run first, since we're planning that, and then we'll get into the Expo, which will take up the majority of the time. Soaked and Sore Ass Run. This year, we're starting in Hudson, and we're going to Port Charlotte. Now, people want to talk crap about this one this year, and I've had a lot of people give me shit, but this is actually going to be one of our longest rides we've ever done. John, bring up that map, if you could, of the Soaked and Sore Ass, and we'll show people. See the route there? Well, you see the route. We normally do destinations. Where you see Circle S Barbecue, we're normally going to the Panhandle, or we go up to Jacksonville where it says 27th Annual, or down to the Keys where it says End Party. Those are destinations. This year, I'm focusing more on the ride. You can see we're starting at number 1, where the star is, Circle S Barbecue. Now, I've talked to Claremont Brewing Company. Super excited to have them on board. Let me see my notes here because I want to make sure. Some of these aren't in yet. Some of them are. Number 3, we are at. I got to talk to the H&D Roadhouse. Now, I put this out there to people on Facebook, and this is what they came back and told me these places are, and good places to stop. The next one, the Old Fish House Bar and Grill, is right in front of Sanity Jewelry. So Sanity Jewelry it's behind Sanity Jewelry. So that's a great place to get jewelry at. You see them in all the big events. That's going to be a great stop in Grant, Florida. I didn't even know there was a Grant, Florida. Let's see, Jersky, do you know what a square grouper is?
A square grouper? I bet you it doesn't eat minnows or worms, does it?
No, it does not. Square Groupers also they did a movie about a bear, and they did called Square Bear, the cocaine bear.
Yeah,
that's what Square Groupers are. The square floating things that usually show up in the ocean, and people pick them up and sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Anyway, Square Grouper
it has nothing to do with fish.
No,
like
cocaine bundles.
Okay.
So Square Grouper is one of our stops. I got to talk to them. Now, they're different because they're just an open bar. You bring that back up, John, real quick. And then we got Roland Martin's, which is the number 6. But between 5 and 6, there's a road. I sent that to you too, John. It says a 10-mile road that has a canopy forest. It looks super exciting to do. I don't know if I sent that to you in the messenger or not. There it is. There it is. 12-mile tree tunnel in Florida is what dreams are made of, and you can drive through it. See that road right there? That is at the tip top of Lake Okeechobee.
That's fucking cool, man.
Isn't it? I mean, that's 12 miles of a tunneled tree forest. I mean, that's going to be a heck of a ride. And again, I'm always trying to find some kind of cool aspect to this ride. You know, you're going to see the Gulf. You're going to see, you know, East Coast, the West Coast, and then this cool ride around the lake, which Lake Okeechobee is the biggest lake in the state of Florida. We're going down to Roland Martin's. If you've ever seen fishing, Charlie, he might be one of you're a fishing guy. You know who Roland Martin is.
It sure is. He's been around for a long time.
Jimmy, you ever heard the name Roland Martin?
No, Christopher Robinson, but when I see that picture of that tunnel, I feel like Winnie the fucking Pooh. No, I do not.
Roland Martin's a big fisherman. He was on all the TV shows back in the day. He was like one of the first TV shows. He's like the Paul Senior of the fishing world. He was out there, and there's so many lures and stuff named after him. So that area down there is really big, and his name is really big. And then we go over to Black Widow, which is Port Charlotte. I just mapped it out. And either way you go around the lake, if you go on the upside, you know, the west side of Lake Okeechobee or the east side of Lake Okeechobee, you are just over 400 miles on this ride. Now, that's a good ride in one day. What do you think? I mean, have you put 400 miles riding around town in Toledo?
Yeah. That day we went out Sturgis Bay Road, we put almost 600 on it that day, and that was something that we'll never forget. That was a great ride, you know, 580 something, whatever we did that day. So to go in a day with a pack of people, you know, what, four or five of you guys you can get to go now, or how many's going? 6 of you?
Well, we usually get 150, 200 people, right, Charlie, on the ride?
Go.
Yep.
There you go. I wanted to hear you say the amount. I wanted to hear you say the amount.
And
so that's going to be fun.
Charlie, tell them about what they get and why they do the ride and what they get at the end if they finish.
A rash?
Oh, yes, a rash and sunburn.
Yeah, rash and sunburn. No, we make up specialized T-shirts. I believe we make a patch and a pin, isn't it? That they get all 3 of those at the end.
Certificate. No, shirt, patch, and certificate.
Certificate. That's it. So and you got to get to the end to get it. You can't just start and do 2 spots and say, "Hey, I want my shirt." You know, you got to do the whole thing.
So can you guys explain to us where this name came from? Because when you start talking about wet assholes and them hurting and stuff, people probably wonder, where did the name from this place come from? Is it because it's a long ride and it's rained on you guys a couple times? Or does it have anything to do with the square bundles of cocaine? I don't know. Keisters. I don't know what's going on. Explain to us.
So it started as the Sore Ass Poker Run. We started actually, the first one we call it Iron Butt, and we got in trouble because there is an Iron Butt Association. And then in Florida, you know, the summertime is always raining. So we're calling it the Sore Ass Poker Run, and we use the donkey. You can see the donkey as our mascot. So we're not saying, you know, it's not really saying ass. It's saying as a donkey, Sore Ass Poker Run. And then one year, and we got 4 or 5 years in a row where it rained almost the whole time. You started in the rain, you ended in the rain. So I said, oh man, it's more like the Soaked and Sore Ass. And then we said, let's call it that, Soaked and Sore Ass Poker Run. So normally you're going to hit rain somewhere in the state of Florida in July. You're going to hit rain. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, because rain doesn't come in like it does in